Okay, don't really have an intro for this video, so just a few quick things. I'm pretty sure you all know what an iceberg is, but I'm got this thing from icebergchurch.com, which regularly changes the icebergs. So if there's any like major differences, that's why. Also, I want to thank you guys for giving me over 600 subscribers. Probably gonna be more after this video, but whatever. Yeah, anyways, here is the horrible ads iceberg. In the premiere for Rick and Morty Season 3, there's a running gag about Rick being obsessed with McDonald's Szechuan sauce. As the episode aired, McDonald's would announce that they would be bringing back the sauce in limited quantities at select locations. However, the internet believed differently. They thought there would be trash bags of the sauce at every location. This resulted in fights breaking out, and some people trying to sell old McDonald's sauces on eBay for ridiculously high prices. McDonald's would make a statement saying that more of the sauce would be released that winter. In July of 1979, the Chicago White Sox teamed up with radio host Steve Dahl to create Disco Demolition Night. The event was pretty much drunk people who hated disco destroying thousands of records on a baseball field. People hated disco so much they stormed the field and police had to be called to stop the riot. This ad on its own doesn't seem that controversial. It just shows a woman getting a bike for Christmas. However, it was slammed heavy on social media. That's sexist because it seems like the husband was telling his wife to lose weight. But then again, Peloton is an exercise bike company. What else were they gonna show? It holding up the trash bag for the wrapping paper? I mean, it's more honest, but it doesn't really sell the exercise factor of it.
Because after like 1 or 2 uses, you'll realize you hate working out.
This ad shows characters dancing to the song Glow by Flo Rida after saving money with the Kroger app. This ad was released in 2020. Means were soon made to mock this never-dated ad in a similar vein to another one we'll discuss shortly later. Kroger actually does still use this campaign, along with other retailers like Fry's. To promote the award-winning Mother Force movie, adults went put light brights across several cities that featured the Moon Knights. On the morning of January 31st, Boston went under lockdown because they thought these were bombs. After they figured out it was just an Atari character flipping people off, they arrested the employees involved with the campaign. This actually caused the Cartoon Network president at the time, Jim Samples, to resign and be replaced by Stuart Snyder. Meaning, Destroy Build Destroy exists because of a bomb scare.
This is launched directly towards their vehicle, and basically it goes to Kablooey Town! It's a town you don't want to visit, trust me.
In 1974, the Cleveland Indians, trying to make money despite the fact that they were Cleveland Indians, had a promotion where you could get beer for 10 cents. To the surprise of nobody, the audience quickly became drunk idiots who stormed the field to beat up Texas Rangers players. If you want to know more about this story, I recommend Quickster's video on the topic. This classic PSA shows a whole lot of criminals. The worst offender, which is this kid downloading 50 viruses, because they probably thought it was a copy of Spider-Man 3. The strange thing about this PSA is background music, you know. That was actually pirated, and the artist sued them for it. My question is, how do you fuck up that badly at trying to stop piracy that you pirate music? The original trailer for the Sonic movie actually didn't have Sonic. They instead had this horrible abomination.
Meow?
After fan backlash, the movie was delayed to February 2020, and the design was changed. Pepsi made an ad in which Kendall Jenner solves all problems of the known world by giving a police officer a can of Pepsi. This actually caused more problems, as many people found it offensive, with Pepsi having to release an apology in just a few hours after the ad was made. Before Kroger, Revo decided to do a crack at the whole cringy CGI characters dancing ad, and just like them, several shitposts and memes began mocking it. Also, I'm pretty sure it's a joke. Revo has hinted that these characters are actually from Jimmy Neutron.
Any questions?
Yes. Are you going to finish that croissant?
Knock yourself out. Let me assure you.
Jamster was a subscription service where for a tiny massive fee on your phone bill, you got a ringtone, wallpaper, or some other useless garbage. Even though we have left the ringtone era, Jamster's presence still looms far, because they were the company that popularized the Gummy Bear and Crazy Frog. Thor RX was a drug designed to help remedy hangovers. Not much is known about the drug itself. However, in 2018, a commercial for it was released online. The ad caught the attention of the internet due to its strange and amazing style. Well-known YouTube animator Pyro Red Son even commented on the video. A Wendy's ad was released in 2015 about the types of people that eat their spicy chicken sandwich. One of these types is called the meme, showing a nerdy guy eating a sandwich before it becomes an impact font meme.
Eat spicy goodness like a boss.
It was mocked online for being another case of a company trying the same hit by using memes. Thankfully, they have since gone on to just burning everyone who doesn't like their products.
Oh my god! You're Wendy from Wendy's! I love your spicy chicken nuggets!
If you died, no one would miss you.
Where's Herb was an ad campaign that Burger King aired in the mid-80s about a guy named Herb that had never eaten a Whopper. The campaign ended in less than a year after Burger King reported a 40% drop in profits due to it. In 2013, Kmart released a series of ads involving shoppers being so happy with their deals that they become gifts. The campaign began quickly annoying people who saw it, and as far as I can tell, they were discontinued after the 2013 holiday season. From 2007 to 2013, GoDaddy was probably known for its provocative advertisements involving scantily clad women. One of these ads included a stereotypical modeling geek kissing for an uncountable amount of time. This ad ended up losing GoDaddy up to $7 million, despite the ad airing at Super Bowl 47, a game that had an estimated viewership of 164 million. Also, while I was doing research for this bid, I found out that in 2011, GoDaddy had a promotion where if IndyCar driver Dan Weldon won the 2011 Las Vegas race, he and a fan would win $2.5 million. That race was called after 12 laps because of a crash in which Dan Weldon died. Yeah, safe to say GoDaddy didn't really know how to market itself. Mafia City is a freemium simulation game released in March of 2017. The game has become infamous for its strange advertisements. Here's just some notable ones. In the mid-2000s, gaffes made a series of ads meant to scare viewers. The typical idea of these ads would be, it would show something nice and pleasant, and then some kind of monster would pop out on the screen. If these ads don't look familiar, let me try and jog your memory.
Boo!
This ad that aired during Super Bowl 49 is about a kid talking about things he never experienced because he died. This ad was mainly hated because it seemed too dark for the Super Bowl, where one of the most popular ads was a guy spilling Coca-Cola on a server or in all the bullying being replaced by Instagram and positivity posts. In 1984, McDonald's had a promotion where customers could win free items when America won medals at that year's Olympics. At that year's Olympics, the Soviet Union dropped out, meaning America basically turned the Olympics into a collectathon game in real life. Shoe Store Just for Fee ran an ad at the 2000 Super Bowl in which a bunch of hunters tried to drug put a pair of shoes on him. Somehow this got past marketing. YouTuber Jaguar Gator 9 made a video on this topic that I highly recommend checking out. But to summarize, the guy who started Just for Feed, who's actually from South Africa, hired an ad agency to make this commercial, and he reacted the same way anyone who has ever taken a history class did. The agency pretty much just said, it's 2000, people won't give a shit. But it turns out, people did give a shit, and the company was shut down in 2004. SNK All-Stars is a mobile fighting game released in 2019. Now tell me, if you were to be in charge of marketing a mobile fighting game, how would you market it? That's right, statutory rape.
はい、頑張ってきてね。何か問題が起きたの？それじゃ、また。
Good one! Hey, come on, come on!
Yeah, something tells me there isn't a point in the game where that happens. Also, according to official descriptions, Terry is stated as being 34, while Kula Diamond, one of the characters in the ad, is 14. Yikes. In 1992, vacuum manufacturer Hoover launched a campaign in the UK where if a customer bought any product worth over £100, they'd receive 2 round-trip flights to America. To the surprise of nobody, who didn't work for Hoover, people took advantage of this promotion and Hoover lost £26 million. And unlike the US, that isn't good. Build-A-Bear ran a campaign in 2018 where the age of your kid would be the price of their bear. This only ended up resulting in several young children crying due to not getting their overpriced stuffed animal. Back in the 90s, Nintendo had no idea how to market Earthbound in the US. So their brilliant idea was to have a smelly scratch and sniff art in their magazine saying that the game stinks. Surprisingly, when you tell your customers that your product sucks, they won't buy it. Sales genies decided to air a racist ad at the Super Bowl. But they learned from Just for Feet. They decided to air 2 racist ads at the Super Bowl. One of them is about an Indian guy who works at tech support because every Indian, I guess, knows about how to work electronics. And the second, more popular one, is about a bunch of pandas who speak in a Ching-Chong language.
Ching Ching, we have no customers, no sales. We're going out of business.
Ling Ling, I am not going back to the zoo.
Then we need a sales miracle.
Panda Psychic, help! We need customers.
Once again, I'm just wondering how they approve this shit. This ad is actually pretty good. It's about how Home Away can help you get a better room for a cheaper price. The problem is that in the ad, there's a scene in which a baby gets flung into a window. The ad tries to clarify it as being a test, but this still was hated on by many of the people who saw it. As such, Huawei has yet to return to the Super Bowl ever since this ad. GoDaddy's back at it again, and with another case of marketing by fucking up. This ad is your typical sad story ad. A dog falls off the back of a truck, goes to find his home. He finds his home. It's revealed the family sold him with a GoDaddy website. Hey, the dog is sent to a probably worse family. And everybody hates it so much. That's the company. He pulls it the day after it premieres. A Cure for Wellness is a psychological horror film about a financial executive trying to retrieve an employee from an insane asylum. Fox decided to promote the movie by doing what they do best, creating fake news articles about it. This upset many people, and Fox took them down after the New York Times caught them in the act. Infamously, during the early years of the PlayStation 3, Sony just kind of believed everyone would buy it because it was a PS3. This resulted in them avoiding a few things like an affordable price, features that gamers would actually use, and good marketing. The most well-known of these ads shows a baby doll crying after seeing a PlayStation 3. This ad just scared and made people confused about it, and it wouldn't be too long before the campaign would be replaced by the much more well-liked Kevin Butler campaign. While on the topic of PlayStation Film Marketing 101, All I Want for Xmas is a PSP.com was a website about some guy named Charlie trying to give his friend Jeremy a PSP for Christmas. This stunt failed so bad because nobody believed it, and Sony tried to hide all evidence of the site. But Sony nobody forgets shit like this.
PSP, 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 PSP.
FACT, or the Federation Against Copyright Theft, is another one of those fuck you for downloading a Bill Clinton ad because you thought it was a copy of Jason X organizations. Probably the most popular PSA is about a blacksmith branding a collection of DVDs with an X. And apparently breaking the law to fix it, because while I'm not willing to test, I'm pretty sure you just put something hot against a DVD case, it would just melt. It wouldn't explode. Over in the Philippines, Pepsi, makers of Mountain Dew and Mug Root Beer, had a promotion where you could win 1,000,000 pesos to get the winning number on your soda cap. The winning number of this campaign was 349. A number that was thankfully printed only 80,000 times. This resulted in riots that killed at least 5 people. Imagine losing your life because some guy got lazy printing numbers. Everyone on the internet collectively agreed that a movie about emojis was fucking horrible. Anyways, they tried to market this movie, only appealing to 5-year-olds, with a show about childbearing slavery. Surprisingly, these two things don't have the same audience. KFC Trinidad, in a case of brands pretending they know a present, posted an image of a chicken leg casting in a shadow of a Black Lives Matter fist. Social media made fun of the ad for being told deaf, and KFC Trinidad had to release a statement apologizing for it. At first, this ad doesn't seem too different from other Pop-Tart ads. It shows a jar of peanut butter and jelly. They're looking at their baby Pop-Tart before an employee eats it. The problem is that in the ad, the word "jam it" is used, and this resulted in the organization 1,000,000 Moms demanding the ad be removed. The cannibalism is totally fine though. When Jones Soda launched in New Zealand, they decided to market it by showing an ad featuring several stereotypes. Pretty much, the ad was just talking about political correctness in New Zealand, and also that they did approve of this. However, it wouldn't be too long before Jones would take it down and release a response. Bomberman X-Zero was a dark reboot of the Bomberman series. After fans rightfully bashed the game for it being something they didn't ask for, and also it not looking anywhere close to a Bomberman game, Hudson Soft released a post only explaining that the game is actually good and that they were all wrong. The first paragraph actually has a bit that describes this ad perfectly. Many have proclaimed, "Oh my god, you bastardized my cute Bomberman!" And our answer is, yeah, I guess we did. Bud Light printed a label that said, "The perfect beer for removing no from your vocabulary tonight." This was, of course, accused of promoting rape culture, but they aren't completely wrong. I'm pretty sure if no is in your vocabulary, you would say no to drinking a Bud Light.
If I gave you this Bud Light, are you up for whatever happens next?
Yeah, sure. Wait, do I have to drink the Bud Light?
Yeah.
Oh, then no.
To convince people to shop at their store, Widowwoods released an ad about kids at a Christmas pageant and praising their parents for giving them gifts from the store. This ad attracted over 400 complaints from Christians because it told kids Santa isn't real. This is another one with that describes the controversy perfectly. Spoiler alert. Read no further if you are below the age of 7. In the early 2000s, website Outpost.com released a series of ads about crazy stunts in order to promote it. The most controversial of these ads was of a gerbil being shot on by a cannon through the O in their logo. Well, of course, this got animal rights people all mad. The reason why the ad stopped is because it didn't tell people that Outpost was a website that sold computer parts. I don't know how you fail at marketing by not marketing, but Outpost did it. PETA paid for a billboard that fat-shamed people who eat meat. It's PETA. They get mad when you don't let an alligator kill you. In 2014, Eastville Mall made an ad to promote their back-to-school sale. The ad has since become sort of an internet meme for how cringy it is.
Your backpack.
Boots and pants and boots and pants.
New shoes.
Get yourself an outfit.
Denim.
Boots and pants and boots and pants.
Haircut.
New
Red Shoes and the Seven Dwarfs is a reinterpretation of Snow White made by South Korean studio Locust Corporation. During the 2017 Cannes Film Festival, posters of the film were put up with the tagline, "What if Snow White was no longer beautiful and the Seven Dwarfs weren't short?" This ad was accused of body shaming, despite the movie's message actually being about body positivity. Apparently they didn't bother giving the poster designer a single description of the movie. DuPont, aka the company that's always on Jeff Gordon's car, made ads showing toddlers wrapped up in their cellophane. That's 1940s for ya. Holiday Inn aired an ad at the Super Bowl to dramatize them spending $1 billion renovating their hotels. The ad shows a woman walking through a party as a narrator talks about the prices of her plastic surgery, before the twister revealed that she is transgender. This, of course, received backlash from the LGBTQ community for being transphobic. Do you remember this meme?
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
Did you know I made a gritty rebuild of it? Here it is.
I've fallen. Please help me. Help! Someone, please help me.
I couldn't find anything in terms of actual controversy with this ad, so I'm assuming it's most likely on this Iceberg because of how much darker it is compared to the original. Nivea I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyways, they started an ad campaign for their line of deodorant that featured the tagline, "White is purity." And they must have a pure marketing team. Because apparently nobody said a word till it was printed. The Nun is a 2018 horror film set in the Conjuring universe. To promote the film, a YouTube ad was released showing an audio system being muted before the nun jump scares the viewer. This was pulled for being too scary, and Universal released a second ad to act as a sort of apology. Some people on this channel might be familiar with that second ad, as my shitty recording of it is still one of my most viewed videos.
Original ads for The Nun were actually pulled for being too scary, so this painting is all we can show you. The Nun.
PlayStation's back with another case of them assuming good marketing, and it's something they should avoid. This ad that premiered in the Netherlands showed a white woman trying to strangle a black person in order to promote a color for the PlayStation Portable. Now, I have sometimes telling you Sony products aren't no baloney, but their marketing's a fucking deli. Gen Z was a cancelled animated comedy series created by Hayden Black. It would have followed Shauna, a stand-up comedian living with her friends Yuri, Cameron, and Betsy. The trailer for the series was mocked online for its bad animation, and the last info stated on the show was that it would switch to 3D animation and would release in 2020. However, as of November 2021, the trailer and a few behind-the-scenes photos all that have resurfaced of the pilot. Ads were made showing a swarm of planes pointed towards the Twin Towers with the WWF logo on them. Of course, the WWF didn't approve these ads before they were released, but I'm just wondering, how did they not know of this? McDonald's UK decided to promote the Filet-O-Fish by making an ad in which a boy tries to find more information on his dead dad. It ends with the mother telling her son that his dad's favorite sandwich was the Filet-O-Fish. People joked about the ad, saying that the dad died because of the Filet-O-Fish, and McDonald's ended up. Then a climate change organization in Britain made a series of PSAs in which a group of people are asked if they'll do the 10-10 pledge. The ones who don't get their heads exploded. 1010 removed the ad the same day it premiered due to it causing sponsors to drop out. LifeLock released an ad campaign where CEO Todd Davis displayed his social security number on billboards and the LifeLock website to show how secure LifeLock really was. This ended up causing his identity to be stolen at least 13 times. Not good when the product you're trying to sell is protecting other people's identity. Virus the Game is an action strategy game about trying to defeat a virus inside your computer. The game was advertised with a program called Rust.exe that would pretend to give your computer an actual virus before text popped up saying, "Thank God this is only a game." Okay, you want a chain of Mexican restaurants, and you're trying to promote your cocktail that has a similar color to red Kool-Aid. What do? Make fun of the deaths of 900 people, obviously. Yeah, this billboard didn't say well with those who had family members die in the Jonestown massacre. And it doesn't make much sense on a product either. Hey guys! Drink our cocktail and you may or may not die! I don't know! Oscar Pistorius is a former professional sprinter who had both of his feet amputated. On February 14th, 2013, Oscar shot and killed his girlfriend, claiming to have mistaken her for an intruder. Who better talk about this tragedy than an Irish bookstore? Paddy Powder, in honor of that year's Oscar ceremony, posted a picture of Pistorius' face on an Oscar. This resulted in over 5,000 complaints against the company. Remember back when one of the biggest memes was someone cutting into a realistic looking cake?
This woman cutting into an actual cake? What the fuck?
Like almost everything else, Peter decided to ruin it by showing a cat with his skull cut in half. Because of course, a dead frog and an assumingly still alive cat are totally the same thing. This Hyundai ad shows a man trying to kill himself, but is foiled by the 100% water emissions of the car. I am assuming by 100% water emission, this means that the tailpipe just blasts water on the sidewalks. This didn't last long before it was pulled for promoting death rather than the car. Popularized by the nostalgia critic.
Good news! Your balls arrived!
This ad shows a dog just smiling at the camera before it remembers it's in a PSA and it's held for ransom at gunpoint. By virtue of it showing a dog looking into the barrel of a gun, it wouldn't be replaced by one where a girl just sings about how much a dog costs. To promote the new Fiat Cinquecento, they personally addressed 50,000 letters in the form of a creepy stalker. To the shock of nobody with a brain, people thought they had received a real stalker letter instead of a thank you note from the tire of a Ford Cinema. Several Italian newspapers advertised the campaign, but the company claimed that they were only sent to men, and it's highly unlikely that any one of these stalking victims bought a Ferrari Quinceañera. A series of Summer's Eve ads about talking hands were criticized for being racist. The black hand talks about being more desirable at clubs. The one with a Latina hand breaks into a rant spoken entirely in Spanish. And the one with a white hand talks in text language. Yeah, there's no bias in these ads at all. Now I'm gonna play this ad, so I'm warning all headphone users that it is loud as fuck. Which is also why I'm currently yelling so that it's less jarring when it plays. Okay, here we go!
Oh, fuck!
Captivity is a Saw clone released by Lionsgate in 2007 about a model getting kidnapped and tortured. Lionsgate promoted the film by placing billboards to the main character in an old DeviantArt meme. These billboards were too much for some people, including Avengers director and Justice League fucker for Joss Whedon. And they were quickly taken down, with the film losing $6 million. Durex condoms tried to air an ad at the Super Bowl where a man is shown to have done horrible crimes, from robbing a bank at age 73 to his birth, literally killing his mother. I guess in this universe, dads are either gone or too non-caring to do things like discipline or bad parenting, or just shooting it before it gets too dangerous. In 2000, an organization called SWR Television released a PSA in the menu of a game called Amok 2 before cutting to the Columbine Massacre, which happened just a year prior to the ad being created. On November 5th, 2021, a human crush occurred during Travis Scott's Astroworld Festival. Several unconscious bodies were crowd-surfed to medical personnel, and people at the event demanded the show stop. By the end of the event, over 300 were injured, 23 were hospitalized, and 9 people were confirmed dead as of the recording of this video. Astroworld staff have also claimed people were being injected with drugs, but this is unconfirmed. The second day of the event was shut down by police, and the state of Travis Scott's album Utopia is in limbo. Rest in peace to those who died. And that was the horrible ads Iceberg. I'm not sure if I'll do more of these icebergs. If there's one that interests me, I'll consider it. But thank you guys for watching. This is Redman12, signing out.